Hello, budget friends. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa, and we are here to do a paycheck budget with me here in YNAB. We have $2,332.55 budget, so let's jump in and take a look. All right, you guys, I appreciate you so much for being here. We have a lot of transactions that we need to approve. So I'm going to jump over into all accounts, and there are 19 transactions to be approved and categorized. So the first one up is fuel that I bought at Shell for $72 using my Apple Card. Then my Apple High Yield Savings account got some cash back from that purchase of $1.44. So I'm going to put this to daily cash and approve it. Then the bills account, hubby did send over. He got paid from the company, and he did send over $1,500 to our joint bills account. So that wasn't pulled in just yet because he just sent that over this morning. So there's $1,500 here. This is $500 more than I was expecting. So that's a win for me. Next is the primary account. I did pay some money to my Capital One number one card. So 163 and 51 cents was paid to this card because I did charge the braces to this card. The braces was actually for 166, but because I did get some cash back from charging that card, I applied the cash back or cash rewards directly to the card, the balance, and what was left to zero the card back out was 163.51. Next is a purchase that I did on Amazon using my Apple Card for 24.56. This was to buy my little one a bathing suit because when they go back to school next week, they are going to be going to the YMCA for swimming. So I needed to get her a new bathing suit. I did purchase one before. I need to change the category to clothes and shoes in the My Babies category group. So I did buy one before, but it was too small and I had to send it back. So here it is. I did actually buy swim goggles, a swim cap, and a bathing suit, and they were all too small. So I had to send them back. And when I swipe my Apple Card or charge anything to my Apple Card, I get daily cash, as you did see up here. But when they do a refund, they actually take cash back from that amount. So it comes in on my Apple Card as an adjustment, but I'm going to put it the category or the payee for daily cash. So that was 21 cents for one of the things that I did return. There was another adjustment for 13 cents. And then there's another adjustment for 10 cents. So we're going to put it back to daily cash so we can withdraw that money back out of the daily cash that was made for the month of February. Now, next is another set of daily cash that came in for 25 cents. This is to my Apple High Yield Savings account. Let's approve that one. And then I did do purchase on Amazon here. This was the refund that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to put these to the My Baby's Clothes and Shoes. So those are three of them. Let's go ahead and just change the category. So this money is going directly back onto my Apple Card, but not only that, it's going directly back into the clothes and shoes category for my babies. All right, next up is Ibotta rewards that I did receive of $22.86. That came in on the 19th. So let's go ahead and approve that. And then I did make the payment to my Capital One number one card from the primary account for $163.51. My paycheck came in. So remember, I did tell you guys I was expecting the clothing allowance stipend that comes in from my job. I did forecast $850, but I overshot it a little bit because last year and for the prior 3 years that I did receive the clothing allowance, I ended up changing my allowance after last year's clothing allowance hit my account. So now they are taking a little bit more taxes out of it because last year I was pretty close to owing, and I needed to change my withholding, so that's what I did. So $809.69 is the amount that I got for the clothing allowance. The next that's up is transfer between my info and my primary account for $130. And here is the second part of that. And then there was cash rewards that I received onto my Capital One number one card of $249. That's why the balance that I had to pay to zero the card back out was a little bit less than what I charged for the braces. Next, there is payment to my Capital One number two card for $168.96 and also for $75. So that's all of the transactions that needed to be approved and to be categorized. So what we're going to do right now is jump over to the budget. So I do know there is 169 in this amount that I need to take out because I did get some cash back. So in the cash back category, I'm supposed to have $87.69. So as you can see here, there's 86 in this cashback account or category. So I'm going to put $1.69 to bring it up to the balance that's in the high yield or the Apple high yield savings account. And that's going to bring us down to $2,332.55. Now we need to budget that amount. But before we go into that, let's go over into the three overspend categories and discuss what happened here. So I did spend some money in Spend How I Want, and I was able to cover most of it, but $37.41 is left to be covered. So that's going to have to come out of Ready to Assign. There was no additional money at my disposal that I could move around. So that money was sitting on my card to be paid back. The fuel that I bought, I didn't have any money assigned in that category, so that needs to be covered. And then what happened to my Apple Card? Let's see. Let's go back one because I need to talk about this 1982. The 1982 is in the kids' clothing and shoes category because the money that was refunded to the card is showing that I needed to pay some additional monies here that I set aside more money than I needed to. That's because when I purchased the bathing suits and accessories for my little one, I used my Apple Card and I paid it right away. So because I did a refund, it went back to the kids' clothes and shoes categories, as you could see here for 1982. So I'm going to send this to the Apple Card, not Ready to Assign, to the Apple Card, just so it could cover this amount that's in red. So there we go. We're now left with one overspend category, which is the $72 for the gas. And I'm going to cover that out of Ready to Assign. Now that leaves us with $2,223.14. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to take out the money that I got from Ibotta for $22.86 because that wasn't expected money. So I'm going to put it to the snowball. So that's why I'm putting it in the snowball category here to put onto my Apple Card. So now let's just budget what we have left. We're going to jump into the fixed focus view and we're going to cover all of the fixed bills that has not been covered so far and needs to be covered before the month is through. So we are getting paid again, or I am getting paid again at the end of the month, and I'm going to need to use that money to cover the first week or two of March because March is our first paycheck in March is I think March 14th. So I need to use that paycheck to cover the bills in the first part of the month. So let's cover the cell phone here in the home expenses. So the cell phone bill is actually $249.87. So let's go ahead and assign $249.87 just to bring this up to fully funded. And then our internet and home phone bill is going to be just about $89. Let's underfund that. So the home expenses has been taken care of. Let's jump down into the My Babies category. I did take the $40 out because I needed to put it other places. So we're going to put that $40 back. And I need to put an additional $263 here to send to my older daughter for support. So next up is in the subscriptions category. I need to pay iCloud storage and SiriusXM. Those are going to be $17.98. We're going to underfund both. And our fixed expenses has been taken care of. After school, I'm going to go ahead and snooze this because once I pay that $40, everything is going to have to wait until March. All right, let's jump over into the debt category focus group. We need to pay our auto loan, which is $939.23. We're going to underfund that. And I need to put some money over into the credit cards. So I did pay some credit card payments already in the form of credit card interest. So $18.90 was paid to my Apple Card. So the minimum payment that I have to pay to the Apple Card, I'm going to subtract the $18.90 out of that. So technically, I have $31.10 to pay towards my Apple Card to fulfill the minimum payment for the month. So we're going to put $31.10 there to bring it up to what I needed to pay for the Apple Card for the month. And for my Capital One #2 card, I did pay $63.84. So technically, what's left to be paid for this month is $37.16. I think I'm doing it the correct way because ultimately, my plan is to be able to send all the additional monies above the minimum payment to my Apple Card. So I think I'm doing this wrong. Let's go back one. What we're going to do, we're going to assign the minimum payment here in the Capital One #1 card for 101. And we're going to go ahead and assign the additional or the minimum payment for the Apple Card of $50 into the Apple Card. What I need to do when I go in and make the payments on the card to fulfill the minimum payment, whatever is left over in the category will be going to the card that I'm working on, which is the Apple Card. So once I go in and make the minimum payments on the cards, especially the Capital One #2 card, and fulfill the minimum payment, whatever is left over in this category for the Capital One #2 card, I'm going to send that over to the Apple Card to be a part of the snowball. So that's it for the debt category. We have $450.20 left. Let's go over into variables. We're just going to put an additional $9 into eating out just to get it up to 20. Groceries/consumables. I need to go and get laundry detergent. So I need to put an additional, I'm going to put $40 here. I don't think I'll need that much, but just in case, that's going to be able to get us some laundry detergent. Next, in the My Baby section, I want to go ahead and do $30 for my son's haircut. And because I'm doing $30 there, I want to go ahead and put $5 in the barber tips just for the barber. All right, so that's going to bring us down to $366.20. What I do know is that we're going to have to get heating oil sometime between now and the end of the month. I think I should call them today, which is Friday the 21st. I think I'm going to call them today and have them come in and top up the tank. The last time we did fill the tank, and we're going to need some additional monies. So I'm going to put $360 in the heating oil category. $360 there, and that's going to leave me with 600. I wish. That's going to leave me with $6.20. I'm just going to throw it in one of our sinking funds category here, and let's fully fund the Microsoft 365 for $3.04, and then let's put the $3.16 into YNAB just to have some money there. So that's it, you guys. We have budgeted everything down to zero. If I go to all, just to show you what it looks like, there's a lot of categories that are yellow, except for the snowball. We'll worry about that later. Oh, there's $2.49 here I can send to the snowball because this was the cash back that I received from applying rewards to the balance of my Capital One #1 card that I used to charge for the braces. So, you guys, as of right now, everything is taken care of. Overall, for the month of February, I am underfunded by $652.74. We will worry about that between now and the end of the month, but we have covered all of the bills that needed to be covered before the month is through. So, I will go in off camera and I will make my payments where the payments need to be made, and we will reconcile the accounts once the day is through. So, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time out to watch. If you haven't, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye now.